Dust churned on a sun-baked rural road as a boy, not more than 12, wheeled a wrecked bicycle, his dirt-grimed face smeared with tears. A sleek SUV sped by, its occupant, a smooth city executive, leaning out to shout, "Move that trash off the road, kid." The car sped off, its exhaust sending the boy coughing in its rear. Then, from a field just off the road, a grizzled farmer laid down his hoe, wiped at his forehead, and approached, calloused hands already extended to the bike. "Let us repair that for you, son," he said quietly, unaware this moment would resonate for decades. Amos is the farmer, 60, with a face etched by years of labor, his overalls mended, his smile as warm as the sun. He toiled a tiny field in a poor village, just getting by, but he gave what little he had. Vegetables to neighbors, time to anyone who needed it. The boy, Leo, was his opposite, young, city-bred, spending the summer with his grandparents. Leo's family had money, and he wore that privilege like armor, frequently shunning the backward village kids. "This dump," he'd growl, raising an eyebrow over Amos's muddy feet. Amos never blinked, only maintained his gentle reserve, sensing the boy's bravado as a covering for aloneness. The tension hit on that dusty road. Leo's bicycle, his one cherished possession, had a broken chain and a mangled wheel, his sole means to venture into the village and get away from his listlessness. Without it, he'd be stranded, summer destroyed. Repairing it would take a pricey trip into town, money his grandparents couldn't afford. Amos, walking by, noticed the boy's anger. He could have just kept going. His own farm required attention, and his back was sore from rise-till-dusk work. Why assist a kid who'd ridiculed him, referring to him as the dirt guy behind his back? The stakes were high. Amos's time was valuable, his resources limited, and assisting Leo meant risking embarrassment. But his heart pulled him. "Have a toolbox at home," he said, kneeling next to the bike. Leo shrugged, cynical. "Whatever, old man. Good luck." Amos worked in silence, hands steady, as Leo observed, caught between pride and desperation. Here's the twist that altered the story. Amos wasn't merely a farmer. As he repaired the bike, Leo spied a picture tucked away in Amos's toolbox, a younger Amos, beaming alongside a shiny bicycle he'd built from the ground up. "You built that?" Leo asked, wide-eyed. Amos nodded, speaking softly. "Had a shop, used to repair bikes, carts, even fixed half the county's tractors. Lost it to debt years back." Leo's jaw fell. This dirt guy was a craftsman, his hands competent beyond the fields. The bike, now rolling smoothly, was evidence. Leo rode off, amazed, the businessman's cruel words receding while Amos's modest pride remained in his mind. The tale decelerates, plunging into the center of it all. Leo's summer visits were his parents' effort to bring him back down to earth, but he was out of place, homesick for his city friends, his gadgets. His boastfulness covered up a fear of being nobody in a society that prized money. Amos, however, had a story of his own. He'd once had a successful repair shop, but a poor loan and a fire consumed it. Now he worked a farm to make a living, dedicating his ability to working for neighbors, replacing plows, repairing fences, never asking to be paid. "It's what you do," he'd say to his wife, gone years earlier. Leo, on his fixie, began stopping by Amos's farm, observing him work. "Why go through the trouble of this place?" Leo kicked a rock one day. Amos smiled. "Because every seed produces something, even if you can't see it yet." That took root with Leo, sowing a seed of its own. Years down the line, the solution flowered like a harvest. Leo, 30 now, was a tech entrepreneur, his firm flourishing. The village, however, was in ruins. Droughts and debt had pushed out families. One day, Leo came back, piloting a humble car, no longer the cocky kid. He saw Amos, grayer now, still working his fields. "You rebuilt my bike," Leo stated, voice heavy. "You fixed me too." Amos blinked, perplexed. Leo explained. That summer, Amos's kindness taught him what he cared about. He'd gone to school to be an engineer, motivated by Amos's talent, and now sought to pay it forward. Leo's business initiated an enormous undertaking: irrigation systems, a new school, and a community workshop for the village, paid for by him. This is for you, Leo said to Amos, presenting him with keys to the workshop. Teach children what you know. The village hummed, families came back, children learned trades, and Amos, who had long been overlooked, became a mentor. At the workshop's opening, Leo hugged Amos, tears falling. Undefined. You showed me how to build more than bikes. Villagers cheered, united, as Amos stood tall, his hands no longer just a farmer's but a teacher's. Undefined. Never underestimate a single act of kindness. It can sow seeds that rebuild entire worlds.